अग्रगण्यं पुषामि अकिञ्चीकृत्य पादाश्रितं या करोति भिक्षुं प्रतिगेहहीनम् अकिञ्चनीकृत्य पादाश्रितं या करोति भिक्षुं प्रतिगेहहीनम् केनाप्यहो भीषणचौरैर्दृग् दृष्टाश्रितो वा न जगत्त्रयेऽपि केनाप्यहो भीषणचौरैर्दृग् दृष्टाश्रितो वा न जगत्त्रयेऽपि यदीयनामविहारत्यशेषं गिरिप्रसारानपि पापराशिं यदीयनामविहारत्यशेषं गिरिप्रसारानपि पापराशिम् आश्चर्यरूपो ननु चोरयेद्रग् दृष्टाश्रितो वा न माया कदापि आश्चर्यरूपो ननु चोरयेद्रग् दृष्टाश्रितो वा न माया कदापि दानं च मानं च ततेन्द्रियाणि प्राणांश्च हृत्वा मम सर्वमेव दानं च मानं च ततेन्द्रियाणि प्राणांश्च हृत्वा मम सर्वमेव पालायसे कुत्र धृतोऽद्यचौरा त्वं भक्तिदाम्नासि मया निरुद्धा पालायसे कुत्र धृतोऽद्यचौरा त्वं भक्तिदाम्नासि मया निरुद्धा चिनत्सि घोरं यमपाशबन्धं भिनत्सि भीमं भवपाशबन्धं चिनत्सि घोरं यमपाशबन्धं भिनत्सि भीमं भवपाशबन्धं चिनत्सि सर्वस्य सामस्तबन्धं नैवात्मनो भक्तकृतं तु बन्धं चिनत्सि सर्वस्य सामस्तबन्धं नैवात्मनो भक्तकृतं तु बन्धं मानसे तामसा राशिगौरे कराग्रहे दुःखमाय निबद्ध मानसे तामसा राशिगौरे कराग्रहे दुःखमाय निबद्ध लाभस्वहे चोरहरे चिराय स्वचर्यदोषोचितं येव दण्डं लाभस्वहे चोरहरे चिराय स्वचर्यदोषोचितं येव दण्डम् व्रजे प्रसिद्धं नवनीतचोरम् कोपाङ्गनानं च दुकूलचोरम् व्रजे प्रसिद्धं नवनीतचोरम् गोपाङ्गनानं च दुकूलचोरम् अनेकजन्मजित पापचोरम् चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि अनेकजन्मजितपापचौरं चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि. Then कारागृहे वस सदा हृदये मदीये मद्भक्तिपाशादृढबन्धन निश्चलासम् त्वं कृष्ण हे प्रलयकोटि शतान्तरेऽपि सर्वस्वचौरा हृदयान्हि mochayami. All right, so that's the Chaurastakam. If you might have noticed, after you finish the 7th verse, you want to go back and you want to sing the first verse time. You want to continue and do the 8th verse or like the kind of ending. And now we can go on to the Damodarashtakam. We'll still do the same thing. You can repeat while you're muted, and I would suggest that because it will help you learn the songs quicker and progress faster. So with that, I guess I'll just get started. Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Namamishwaram Sachidanandam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashoda Vyolukaladavamanam Parashamatyam Tato Drutya Gopya Yashoda Vyolukaladavamanam Paramrishamatyam Tato Drutya Gopya Sudantamuhurnetra yugmam rajantam Karamboja yugmena satankarnetram Sudantamuhurnetra yugmam rajantam Karamboja yugmena satankarnetram Uhushvasakam patrirekam Kanta Sitagrivam Damodaram Bhakibaddam Muhushvasakam Patrirekanka Kanta Sitagrivam Damodaram Bhakibaddam Iti Driksvalila Birananda Kunde Swagosham nimajantam akyapayantam Iti driksvalila bhirananda kunde Swagosham nimajantam akyapayantam Tadiye shitagnashu bhaktirjitatvam Puna prematasam sata vidivande Tadiye shitalneshu bhakte jitatvam Puna prematasam sata vidivande Varam deva moksham na mokshavadim va Na chanyam vrineham vare sadapiha Varam deva moksham na mokshavadim va Na chanyam vrineham vare sadapiha Idam deva purnata gopala balam Sada me manasya virashtam kimanye Idam deva purnata gopala balam Sada me manasya virashtam kimanye. Itam te mukambojam atyantanilay Ritam kuntalay snigdharataischa gopya Idam te mukambojam atyantanilay Ritam kuntalay snigdharataischa gopya Muhuschumbitam bimbaratadaram me Manasya virashtamalam lakshalabhay Muhuschumbitam bimbaratadaram me Manasya virashtamalam lakshalabhay Namo Deva Damodar Ananta Vishnu. Sorry, started the wrong verse. I think the order of these is off, but actually the next one I think would be Kuveratmajo Badha Murtyeva Yadvat Vayamochitau Bhakti Bhajo Krito Cha Kuveratmajo Badha Murtyeva Yadvat Vayamochitau Bhakti Bhajo Krito Cha Tata Prema Bhaktim Svagame Prayata Namokshe Graho Mesti Damodareya Tata Prema Bhaktim Svagame Prayata Namokshe Graho Mesti Damodareya Namaste Sudamne Puradipti Damne Vadiyodharayata Vishvasya Damne Namaste Sudamne Puradipti Damne Vadiyodharayata Vishvasya Damne Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya Priyaya Namo Nantalilaya Devaya Tubhyam Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya Priyaya Namo Nantalilaya Devaya Tubhyam Namami Shvaram Sachidananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Bhrajamanam Namami Shvaram Sachidananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Bhrajamanam Yashodabhiyo Kaladavamanam Paramrishamatyanta Dhrutya Gopya Yashodabhiyo Kaladavamanam Paramrishamatyanta Dhrutya Gopya. All right, so that is the Damodarashtakam. Again, with this Ashtakam, you want to sing the whole thing and then come back and sing the first verse one more time as kind of like a recap, if you think about it from that point of view. Now we can move on to the lesson itself. When I start, I kind of want to see where everyone is at in their learning, because we have some people who've joined later. And so I think I asked those people to learn just the first 2 lines, and then I think everybody else is past that. Everybody else has learned this whole set. So if I could maybe get like a show of hands virtually, a show of hands on, does everyone know this set, these first 2 lines? I think everyone knows that. If you could just raise your hand and just like show me that like you know it, just so I know where everyone's at. I think everyone knows the first couple. Let's see. I'm going to assume that that's majority, because I'm assuming that other people know it as well. But I think I've already taught it twice, so I'm going to move on. If you do not know it, I would ask it. Either you can you can ask me to teach it to you when I come to you, or I would just ask that you try to learn it with the audio. And then the first Jarnam, you could say, or you could say verse, I think only a portion of people know. So for this one, I'll sing through it once. The first, this is more of a refrain than a verse, I would say. So I'll sing the refrain, and then I will sing the first verse. If you don't know it, that's fine. Repeat after me to the extent that you can, is what I'll say. And then I'll go through everyone and see where everyone's at. So you can repeat while you're muted to, like I said, to the extent that you know the song. फूलों में सज रहे फूलों में सज रहे श्री वृंदावन बिहारी 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 और साथ सज रही है और साथ सज रही है ऋषभान की दुलारी और साथ सज रही है ऋषभान की दुलारी फूलों में सज रहे श्री वृंदावन बिहारी फूलों में सज रहे श्री वृंदावन बिहारी फूलों में सज रहे. Okay, so that might seem confusing as the order for this song. It's very different in comparison to the other bhajans. So you actually want to sing the first line. So think of it as this is one line, these first two lines, and this is the second line, these last two lines. So we have 3 sets. Now what that means is you sing Phoolon mein saj rahe Shri Vrindavan Bihari. That's the first time. And the second set, or the second time, is Phoolon mein saj rahe Shri Vrindavan Bihari. That one. That's the second one. And then the third one is Aur saath saj rahi hai. In that case, you could see this as 3 lines instead of 2 because there's 2 tunes for the first line. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So essentially we're singing Phoolon mein saj rahe and then Phoolon mein saj rahe and then aur saath saj rahi hai. And then you want to go back to Phoolon mein saj rahi rahe Shri Vrindavan Bihari. And then to end that line, you just want to sing Phoolon mein saj rahe and then end that there. So what I mean by that is you sing Phoolon mein saj rahe. That's your starter. And then you actually start the set. So you sing that once at the very beginning and you sing that once at the very end of the refrain. So you would go Phoolon mein saj rahe Phoolon mein saj rahe Shri Vrindavan Bihari, if that makes sense. So basically what I mean by that is you sing that first portion of the first line once, then you go through the first line, first tune, first line, second tune, second line, and then you end with the first line. Now that probably makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, but after singing it or listening to it a couple of times, it'll kind of sink in. So it's just complicated in that way, but it's a very pretty song. And then, okay, so I'll sing the first paragraph. Both of the paragraphs end in Phoolon mein saj rahe, if you're wondering. So that's why you see it at the end of both paragraphs. So I'll just sing the first paragraph for reference reasons. So the first paragraph goes, तेरा समकुट सिर पर रखा है किस अदा से तेरा समकुट सिर पर रखा है किस अदा से करुणा बरस रही है करुणा भरी निगाह से करुणा बरस रही है, करुणा भरी निगाह से बिन मौल बिक गई है, बिन मौल बिक गई है। जब से छवि निहारी फूलों में सज रहे, श्री वृंदावन बिहारी फूलों में सज रहे। So that's what it sounds like. Now explaining the order of this, it's quite simple in comparison to the first refrain. So you go through it in the order that it is. So you would sing the first line, the second line, the third line, and then the fourth line. The fourth line being Fulon mein saj rahe hai. But you want to sing that just that one line. So if you think of Fulon mein saj rahe hai, Shri Vrindavan Bihari, that's one line. All of that, that's one line. You want to sing just Fulon mein saj rahe hai after you sing that. So what I mean by that is you'd sing Fulon mein saj rahe hai, Shri Vrindavan Bihari, Fulon mein saj rahe hai. And then you would end it there without singing Shri Vrindavan Bihari. So that's kind of the order of the paragraph. Now that I've kind of explained that and gotten that out of the way, I think now I will go through and see if anyone or everyone knows what. So I'll start with, actually, I'll just start with someone. Actually, let's just start with the raise of hands. Who knows the first paragraph? Not the refrain, that part. Because I want to go with people who do not know that. Let me see. Okay. Let's randomly draw.
Hello?
Mataji, you're in mute.
Sorry, did I mute myself by accident? Sorry, that's my fault. I was calling Mishita and I was like, wait a minute, can no one hear me? Mishita, do you know the first paragraph and the refrain?
The refrain means Fulon Messenger he.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know both.
Okay, cool. Nice, Mishita. I'll move on to the next person. I just want to see where everyone's at right now. I'll come back to you, Mishita. Is it Kushi?
Mataji?
Yes?
I can try.
Okay.
Where do
what
I
would you like to
start?
try?
I can.
Go ahead.
I can start from the beginning.
Sure.
Fulo messenger hai Shri Vinda Bihari Avarsa jasa rahi hai Vishabana ki tulali Avarsa jasa rahi hai Vishabana ki tulali फूलों में सजे रहे हैं श्री वृंदावन बिहारी और साजा सर रही है विश्वान की दुलाली और साजा सर रही है That's it, Mataji.
Okay, nice job, Sri Leela.
Thank you, Mataji.
All right, Sri Leela, do you know the first paragraph? The
No.
No? Okay. Well, I could teach it to you now. I'm assuming there's a majority of people who don't know the first paragraph. And then I will teach the second paragraph. How this works, if you are wondering, what I'm teaching is I would suggest that you would repeat while you're muted, just to ensure that you're keeping up, because that'll help you when I come to you. And so you won't be absolutely clueless, and you might have actually learned it in the process. So that's a suggestion I have, or a suggestion. When I say that, it's more of a like, you should probably do it. So Sri Leela, so I think we can start with the first paragraph. I'm right here. So तेरा सा मुकुट सिर पर
तेरा सा मुकुट सिर पर
रखा है किस अदा से
रखा है किस अदा से
तेरा सा मुकुट सिर पर
तेरा सा मुकुट सिर पर
रखा है किस अदा से
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 कहाँ बरस रही
रस रही है
करुणा बरस रही है
करुणा बरस रही है
करुणा बरी निगाह से
करुणा पिही रिया से
करुणा बरी निगाह से
करुणा बही इन से
Okay, I'll change the pitch. बिन मोल बिक गई है
बिन मोल बकरी है
So that word's right there. I think that's बिन मोल बिक गई है. So बिन मोल बिक गई है
बिन मोल बका ही है
बिन मोल बिक गई है
बिन मोल लका पी के
जब से छवि निहारी
जब से है वियासी
जब से छवि निहारी
जब से बिहारी
जब से छवि निहारी
जब से चाहिहारी
फूलों में सज रहे हैं
फूलों में सज रही है
All right, so that's the first paragraph. All right, now that I've taught it to Sri Leela, I think I kind of want to teach the next paragraph today, just so we have decent progress for those who have already learned this stuff. So if you're still in the process of learning this stuff, that's fine. Keep working on that. I would suggest listening. I think I'll take someone who already knows these two, and I'll teach them the third paragraph. I mean, actually, it's the second paragraph if you exclude the refrain. Is there anyone who wants to learn it first? Do we have anyone?
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Sri. Yes.
Can I learn this second one?
Sure. Who is this? Sorry, I'm not really paying attention to the people. Nishita? Okay, sure. Why not? Okay, so it's the same tune as the first paragraph, ironically. So this goes, Baiya gale mein dhale.
भैया गले में डाले
Gale dhale.
your voice broke. Can you please repeat it again?
Sure. I think I'll raise the pitch a bit as well. भैया गले में डाले,
भैया गले में डाले,
जब दोनों मुस्कुराते,
जब दोनों मुस्कुराते,
जब दोनों मुस्कुराते,
जब दोनों मुस्कुराते,
भैया गले में डाले,
भैया गले में डाले,
जब दोनों मुस्कुराते,
जब दोनों मुस्कुराते.
So the words there, that's jabadon. So jabadon muskurate.
Jabadon. Is it Jabadon or Jabadon?
Jabadon.
Okay. Jabadon muskurate.
सबको ही प्यारे लगते,
सबको ही प्यारा लगते,
सबको ही प्यारे लगते,
सबको ही प्यारे लगते.
So the words there, that's sabko hi pyare lagate, I think, from the audio. So that's sabko hi pyare lagate.
सबको ही प्यारा लगते,
सबके ही मन को बातें,
सबके ही मन को बातें.
One more time. सबको ही प्यारे लगते,
सबको ही प्यारा लगते,
सबके ही मन को बातें,
सबके ही मन को बातें.
And then so this part here, इन दोनों पे में सदके,
इन दोनों पे में सदके है.
You're close. So इन दोनों पे में सदके,
इन दोनों पे में सदके.
So here, I don't think from the audio that I've heard, you don't really have to stress the end, so you can just sing इन दोनों पे में सदके,
इन दोनों पे में सदके,
इन दोनों पे में सदके,
इन दोनों पे में सदके है.
इन दोनों पे में सदके,
इन दोनों पे में सदके,
इन दोनों पे में वारी,
इन दोनों पे में वारी,
इन दोनों पे में वारी,
इन दोनों पे में वारी.
फूलों में सज रहे हैं,
फूलों में सज रहे हैं.
So that's the second paragraph. I think I'll go through it with one or two more people. Is there anyone who wants to go through this with me? I'll see if I'll just take hands if you want to raise your hand. And then I'll call on specific people after if no one else raises their hand. I think I guess I'll just sing it then, since I don't see any hands. I'll sing this paragraph once or twice. I'll sing the first line a couple of times, and then the second line a couple of times. Repeat after me while you're muted. I'll go through this. I'll go through every line anywhere from 2 to 4 times. Just repeat, for your benefit. So, भैया गले में ढाले, जब दोनों मुस्कुराते, 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 भैया गले में ढाले जब दोनों मुस्कुराते, भैया गले में ढाले जब दोनों मुस्कुराते, सबको ही प्यारे लगते, सब ही मन को बाते, सबको ही प्यारे लगते, सबके ही मन को बाते, सबको ही प्यारे लगते, सबके ही मन को बाते, सबको ही प्यारे लगते, सबके ही मन को बाते, सबको ही प्यारे लगते, सबके ही मन को बाते, सबको ही प्यारे लगते, सबके ही मन को बाते, इन दोनों पे मैं सदके, इन दोनों पे मैं वारी, इन दोनों पे मैं सदके, इन दोनों पे मैं वारी, इन दोनों पे मैं सदके, इन दोनों पे मैं वारी, इन दोनों पे मैं सदके, इन दोनों पे मैं वारी, इन दोनों पे मैं सदके, इन दोनों पे मैं वारी, फूलों में सज रहे हैं श्री वृंदावन बिहारी, फूलों में सज रहे हैं. So that was the second verse of Fulon Mein Saj Rahe Hai. I think I'll go over the order once more because this is actually the whole song, which is, yeah. The order is kind of confusing because it's more of a tune-based song. So the structure of the song can be switched around a lot. By that I mean, with the first line, or the first refrain, you could say, this part up here, different people will sing it in different orders. And I think that from what I'm going to say, you're going to sing Fulon mein saj rahe hai, just that part of the first line. You're going to sing that once. And then you're going to sing the whole line. So you would sing Fulon mein saj rahe hai. And then you would sing फूलों में सज रहे हैं श्री वृंदावन बिहारी. And you'd sing that twice, obviously, if someone were to repeat, or you could just sing it twice on your own. And then you're going to sing the second tune of that, which is फूलों में सज रहे हैं श्री वृंदावन बिहारी. You're going to sing that twice. And then you're going to sing और साथ सज रही है ऋषभान की दुलारी. And this one, it's personal preference. You can sing that once, you can sing that twice. It's been done both ways. So then you're going to go back to फूलों में सज रहे हैं श्री वृंदावन बिहारी. You're going to sing that. And then you're going to end with फूलों में सज रहे हैं. Just that part. Okay, again, that probably did not make sense, so I'll go over it one last time. You're going to sing Fulon mein saj rahe hai. Then you're going to sing the whole line. Fulon mein saj rahe hai Shri Vrindavan Bihari. Then you're going to sing the second version of that line. You're going to sing Fulon mein saj rahe hai Shri Vrindavan Bihari. Then you're going to sing और साथ सज रही है ऋषभान की दुलारी. And then you're going to go back and you're going to sing फूलों में सज रहे हैं श्री वृंदावन बिहारी. And then you're just going to sing फूलों में सज रहे हैं. Okay, that's the outline, you could say, of the first paragraph. It probably makes no sense. Listen to it a couple of times, it will click. Don't worry. All right, let's go to the first paragraph. And again, this is pretty simple. You sing through Lines, if you don't know, they're in the sets of 2 actual physical lines. So this right here, Tera samukut sir par rakha hai kis ada se. That's one line, both of those. This is one line. Karuna rahi hai, karuna bari nigah se. That's one line. And then bin mol bik gayi hai, jab se chabi nihari. That's also a line. So you have 3 lines, essentially, and you're going to go through all of them. And you can sing them once, you can sing them both twice, personal preference. And then at the very end, you're going to sing Phoolon mein saja rahe, Shri Vrindavan Bihari. And then after that, there's one addition. You're just going to sing Phoolon mein saja rahe. So basically, if you think once this clicks, you're going to understand that you're going to singing the line Phoolon mein saja rahe, Shri Vrindavan Bihari, and singing Phoolon mein saja rahe. Both of those come together and you sing that at the end of everything. So you sing this, and then you go back and you sing Phoolon mein saja rahe, Shri Vrindavan Bihari, Phoolon mein saja rahe. And then you're done. And then the first paragraph, you sing the first paragraph, and then you sing Phoolon mein saja rahe, Shri Vrindavan Bihari, Phoolon mein saja rahe. And then you're going to do the same thing for the next paragraph. So in turn, that is the actual refrain that you're going to sing at the end of every, well, there's only 2 of both of the paragraphs. So if that at all made sense, yay. If not, listen to it a couple times, see where it gets you. And with that, I think I don't really have anything else. And yeah, that's all I have, Mataji. I'm not sure. I don't think we have time for a game. That's cool.
No. Okay, Srinidhi. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, Srinidhi.
Thank you, Mataji. Hari Bol, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Kids, be ready for Mehndi class. It starts in 15 minutes. Same link. So if you feel okay, you can stay in this Zoom link and mute your video. And after 15 minutes, we have to start our Mehndi class.